Let's speak to our Ukraine correspondent Gulliver Cragg, who's standing by in the city of Vinnytsia. Gulliver, on the ground there seem to be sort of two different narratives, at least today. We're seeing these renewed long-range strikes in the north and a pushback from Ukrainian troops in the south.
Well, the Ukrainians certainly say that their counteroffensive in the southern Kherson region is gathering momentum. In terms of territorial gains, there seem to be only a couple of small villages that they've taken back control of. But the very important success from the Ukrainians' point of view was the destruction of a key bridge in Kherson city, the only bridge that spans the Dnieper River there, and which is an absolutely crucial supply route for the Russians getting their supplies in from the southern part of Kherson region and Crimea, and therefore from Russia proper. So the Ukrainians are saying that this is a key step in the preparation of their big counteroffensive, which is perhaps gathering momentum, but nothing too impressive so far in terms of territorial gains, and which seems to have been met with what may be a response from the Russians in terms of increased long-range attacks on other parts of Ukraine away from the front lines in the south and the east. So today, for the first time this month, Kyiv region was targeted, what the regional governor described as a military infrastructure object. He said that several people were injured in the strike, but no one was killed. In Kropyvnytskyi, however, in the center of the country, at least 5 people have been killed and many more injured in an attack on an industrial facility close to the center of the city. It's reported that among the casualties there are both military and civilians. And then, as you mentioned, there's these more short-range cross-border strikes in the north of the country, particularly in Chernihiv region, where the strikes are coming from just across the border in Belarus.
Now, Gulliver, the city that you're in was targeted by Russian rockets about 2 weeks ago. We can see what appear to be those blown-out windows in that building behind you. Civilians and children were among those that were killed there. What's the situation like now?
Well, in some ways, life has resumed. Traffic has resumed. Only a small part of the area is still cordoned off. But of course, now 25 people died finally in that attack. That was the final death toll. It climbed after the deaths in hospital of some of the people who were injured, including a doctor from the clinic, which is part of the building that you see behind me. She's also the mother of 3 children, and the doctors in that clinic who were casualties of this attack, for many families in Vinnytsia, they're people that they knew there. They're quite well-known figures in the city. Another one of those doctors is in a critical condition among 8 people who are still in a critical condition, among a total of 80 people who were injured in the strike. As of a week ago, 55 of those people were still in hospital. I haven't got the latest data as to whether anyone has been released from hospital in the last week.